guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Zoe if you are new here, and today's video is going to be a full coverage Friday video. If you are new here, please subscribe to my channel. That way you don't miss out on any of my Friday videos. My Friday videos are always foundation reviews on full coverage foundations only. So we have a lot of fun finding foundations that work on covering all of this. It's gotten better, but all of this. But yeah, if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to follow me on any other social media account, you can check the description below. My Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter will all be linked down there. So check out the description if you want to see some more behind the scenes stuff, more personal things, more makeup looks, whatever. Check out the description below. And we have a little bit of exciting news. So you guys know that I am moving pretty soon. So I'm actually going apartment hunting and getting ready to move all like next week, or like I'm actually going this weekend, but the process starts like next week. So if you want to see a whole vlog on me moving and the next like chapter in my family's life, then let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, that's all the news that I have for you guys right now. So if you want to see what foundation I am using, then just keep watching. Okay, so I'm going to start with my primer, and I'm going to go back to using the Rose Caviar Essence from PIXIE because I think I don't like the other primer. So I'm also going to try the Fenty Foundation again, but I tried that primer with like one of my favorite foundations. With the new L'Oreal Fresh Wear foundation, and it made my foundation look really, really bad. So I think the primer is what did it. So I'm going to retry the Fenty foundation. If you saw that review last week, then you know I didn't like it. I'm going to retry that foundation to see if it'll work with a different primer. And then I'm going to go in with my Optical Illusion Primer from Urban Decay and just put this in my T-zone. Okay, so now we're going to go in with the foundation. The foundation I'm using today is the Too Faced Peach Perfect foundation. I have a little sample right here. This is in the shade Golden Beige. And I'm going to be using a brush and a sponge. I'm going to use a sponge on one side, a brush on the other. This is the Real Technique sponge. This is the Morphe M439 brush. Can you guys see that? It is a really thick consistency. Anyways, it's really thick, so I do know that this is supposed to be a matte foundation as well, so we'll see how this works out for me with my normal combination skin. I'm going to start out with that, and I'm going to go ahead and start buffing this in with the sponge. It does have a scent to it, so if you're sensitive to fragrances in your foundation and you have acne prone skin and that's something that triggers acne for you, this might not be a good match for you because it definitely has some fragrance in it. Alright, so that's one layer on. It hasn't dried down and I can still see stuff, so I'm going to build it up and see how nice it builds. Okay, so that's 2 layers on. I still feel like I can see all of this right here. Okay, so I'm going to build it up one more time, but a little bit lighter this time. Okay, so that's 3 layers on, and I can still see spots. Not super vividly, but I can definitely still see them. I'm going to leave it like that, though. I don't want to build it up again because it's getting to be too much foundation and it's going to look cakey. I'm going to go in with the brush side now and see how well a brush performs with this foundation. I don't really like the sponge with it very much. The finish with this foundation isn't very pretty with the sponge, so we'll see how well this brush works really quickly. Okay, so that's 1 layer on. Again, it didn't cover everything. So I'm going to build it up for the 2nd layer, especially over here. This foundation does not want to cover my sideburn area. The color match is really good though. You guys can't see my chest, but the color match is really nice. So that's 2 layers on. Looks pretty good. The color match is pretty good. This isn't my favorite foundation. It covered really nicely, but I can see it sitting on top of my skin. It looks heavy and kind of cakey. almost like the Fenty Foundation did. From far away or on camera, it looks pretty good. At least in the viewfinder, it looks fine. But up close and in person, it looks heavy. Not feeling this foundation, guys. I'm going to give you guys a close-up really quickly so you can see what I'm talking about. I will finish up with the rest of my makeup and then I'll update you guys on what it looks like with all of my makeup on. Okay, so right here is a full face view. Here is the sponge side. Here's the brush side. Can you guys tell how this is sitting on my skin? Okay, before I forget, it is currently 1:09, so 1 o'clock I put this foundation on, so we'll see how long I wear. Okay, so I'm completely done with all of my makeup and I have noticed a few things that I'm gonna mention. It looks okay from a distance, but up close and personal it still looks really, really dry. My skin looks like it has a lot of texture and it has just sunk into my pores. It's clinging onto everything. It just looks very cakey. The foundation itself did dry down matte, so I didn't have to set it, so I don't have any setting powder all over my face, just underneath my eyes. I use a setting spray, I use a moisturizer as a primer, and it doesn't look that good on. I mean, it doesn't look disgusting and like horrible, but it looks really, really cakey. I can tell that I have a lot of foundation on. So that being said, I don't really like it right now, like at all. Like, it just looks way too heavy for me and my texture looks like times 100 and I don't have texture on my skin. If you saw my last video on the Fenty Foundation, you know I do not have texture on my skin. My skin is very, very smooth. My skin is really, really soft. I have normal skin. I have tightness, but with moisturizer, and today I used 2 moisturizers. The tightness goes away and whatnot. But this foundation just doesn't look really, really good on my skin. The coverage was okay. I would say it's more medium coverage than full coverage because I did have to build it up with both a sponge and a brush. So I don't think the coverage was all that great for it to be a full coverage foundation. It was okay, but with the sponge side, it didn't even cover completely, and I have 3 layers on. So yeah, that's everything. I did set it with a setting spray, so it put a little bit of moisture back in, but it still doesn't look all that great. But yeah, I'm gonna give you guys a close up and then I'll update you at the end of the night to see how this wore. Maybe it'll look better throughout the day than it does right now because my oils will surface a little bit more and whatnot. Hopefully that's the case, but we will see. Here's a full face view. Here's the sponge side. Here is the brush side. I feel like on camera it looks a lot better than it does in person. It looks so textured right now, but on camera it really isn't looking like that. So I'm gonna update you guys at the end of the night and yeah, I'll let you know how this works out for me. Hey guys, so I am back. It is currently 8:08 in the evening, which means I've had this on for about 7 hours now. So I ended up wearing this foundation to the gym because I couldn't go late because I had to go to a friend's house, and I couldn't go earlier in the day because I was filming other videos. So I didn't have really a choice but to go to the gym with my foundation on or skip. But I really didn't want to skip because I'm going to be out of town this weekend, so I won't be going to the gym at all from Thursday to maybe Monday or Thursday to Sunday. So I really didn't want to skip. So I ended up wearing my foundation to the gym. This foundation held up so freaking well at the gym. I was sweating so bad because A, it was leg day, and B, my gym had their air off. I don't know why. It's very frustrating, but they had their air off, so I was sweating really bad. I was sweating a lot more than normal. You guys already know I do not ever wear makeup to the gym because it's just bad for your skin, and I don't enjoy that. I didn't set like the perimeter of my face, and I was the most concerned about that because my hairline sweats really badly and my upper lip sweats really badly. So throughout being at the gym, I would just like blot my lip like this with my hand. Also, when I was done, I blotted just with a paper towel, like a, you know, like bathroom paper towels. I blotted with that in my T-zone just to make sure my oils were gone. But other than that, I didn't have to touch it up. I didn't really have a lot of oils after the gym too. When I did blot, it didn't even look that bad. I was very surprised. But right now, the foundation still looks a little thick. It still looks a little heavy on me, but it does look a lot better than it did when I first put it on. It doesn't look as dry, and it looks a little bit more melted into my skin. Actually, I'm just now noticing that it did come off on my upper lip. I don't know if you can tell right here, but when I zoom you guys in, it did come off right here. Yeah, I didn't even notice that until just now, looking in the mirror up close. So that's the only place it came off at, really. Oh no, okay. So yeah, it came off on my hairline up here just a tiny bit, and then on my lip, which those are the two places I was most concerned about. Those are my like sweaty areas that I sweat really badly in. But the rest of my face still looks really good. All my foundation is on, so I'm impressed. It did kind of cake up around my nose, which is normal for me. I expect that. I do like how it wore. It wore a lot better than when I initially put it on. But is this a foundation that I see myself buying or wanting or getting? No, not really, because the coverage just wasn't full enough for me. It was a little bit heavy, and it did kind of cling onto areas, and it did sink into my pores. So I'm going to give you guys a close-up really quickly so you can see how this is sitting on my face, and then I'll give you guys the final pointers. So here is a full face view. So you can see, right? You can see it kind of just rubbed off right here, and then up here too as well. It just kind of rubbed off on my hairline. Here is the sponge side. So you can still see that it didn't cover everything as nicely as I would have liked. Here is the brush side. And then around my nose, it does look a little cakey, and then I did rub off my nose right here as well. Okay, so you saw the close-ups. On the majority of my skin, it looks fairly good, but in some of my problem areas, it doesn't look so good. So it did hold up pretty well. So if you don't sweat like on your upper lip like I do, or in your hairline, you won't have those problems if you decide to wear it to the gym. But I have no idea how much foundation comes in this tube or whatever. I'm gonna assume it's 1 ounce, but I have no idea. I can't find it on Sephora's website, and I can't find it on Too Faced's website, so I have no idea. I'm pretty sure it's 1 ounce, and I'd be surprised if it wasn't. So it retails for $36. It has 20 shades, which isn't horrible. It could be better, but I mean, it is what it is. Is this my favorite foundation? No, especially for full coverage. It does say it is for all skin types, which I don't agree with. I do not think that people with dry skin are going to like this. Normal and oily, yes, I think you'll enjoy. This will be fine for you. But dry skin, stay away. I don't think you'll like it at all. It clings to spots. It kind of builds up a little bit. Those are my final thoughts, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments and below if you love this foundation, if you hate this foundation. What are your thoughts on this foundation? Are you going to go try it out? Let me know down in the comments what you think. And, yeah. Oh, this is supposed to be a long wear foundation, by the way. I think it's like up to 14 hours wear. So, I mean, that's why it held up really well. But anyways, that is it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!